Hello, I'm Sean Green with this edition of Sports Night. The Jamaica Scorpions are currently taking on the Guyana Jaguars in Group B of the Regional Super 50 in Antigua. Winning the toss and taking first knock, Jamaica got up to 264 for 8 in their 50 overs, with captain Chadwick Walton reaching his second century of the tournament with 104. Sherman Lewis was the pick of the bowlers for the Jaguars, taking 2 for 36. Here's a look at the highlights.
Chadwick Walton, of course, will hold the spotlight because he started off quite nicely, playing within himself and driving the ball, flicking the ball very well. So currently not too many pull shots from him today. Little edge or two from his left arm opening partner. But it was a nice little opening partnership of 54. Trevon Griffith and Chadwick Walton.
Very soft dismissal on the part of Griffith. He was looking so good, just tapped it to extra cover. But Chadwick Walton wasn't fazed by that. He kept going and really took the attack to all the Guyana Jaguars bowlers. Taylor really had a painstaking innings until he fell this way. Good catch on the boundary ropes. Never got into his strike, Taylor.
Very next ball, Andrew McCarthy was gone with captaincy. And this is where the slide sort of started, where the Scorpions lost 7 for 78, although Chadwick Walton was the constant going through this period.
Yes, he continued to really play well. That was his 100. Really celebrated to his teammates. Acknowledged the applause from the crowd. Not top knock from him. And now the ferry of wickets, starting with Captain Walton himself. Brandon King was next to go. Very, very good running catch as well. And then a terrible mix-up here. Terrible mix-up. Suicide, I would say. And the wickets kept falling. And the Jamaica Scorpions were in danger of getting to a good total. And now is a flurry of shots towards the end by both Williams and Smith. They really took the attack to the Guyana Jaguars. Some very lusty blows as well. Good hitting. Very good batting. Wonderful partnership.
And the Jaguars in reply were 156 for 2 after 23. Meanwhile, earlier today at the Viv Richards Cricket Ground, Kent defeated the USA to stay in serious contention for a place in the semis. Scores: Kent 172 for 9 of their 50, USA 142 off 42, Kent winning by some 30 runs. Well, all Saints continue to rule things in the Anton Norris zone of Knapsack today at the Usain Bolt complex. They repeated for the 5th time as the girls champs and fourth time, that is, in the boys. In the girls, they won with 189 points, the Cuthbert Moors 144 and St. Lucy's 117. While in the boys, All Saints won with 190.5 points. Second went to St. Jude's with 139 and the third Blackman and Gollop with 110. The Victrix Ludorm was Kadisha Worrell of Ada Costa Edwards with 30, while the victor is Makaya Brathwaite of Gordon Greenwich, also with 30 points. CBC's Kamal Haynes reports.
Start with the girls' 600-meter open run. Heat number 1. Kayla Burgess of Cuthbert Moor makes an early move in front and takes command of the race. There was no challenging Burgess, who kept the lead the entire race, finishing in a time of 2 minutes, 0.03 seconds. Kayla Ben of All Saints took silver, while Roman Silvers of Blackman and Gollop edged out Janae Allen of St. Jude's on the line to take bronze. Heat number 2 posted the second fastest time, as we join with little under 400 meters to go. Shadiman Morris of Blackman and Gollop uses this opportunity to overtake Shauna Phillips of St. Bartholomew's. Fast forward to the final 100 meters, only one challenger on the back of Morris, and that's Shanae Lopez of All Saints. but Morris takes a look at her fans, then gets back to her mission, winning in 1 minute 58.08 seconds. Natalie Bridgman-Smart of Ada Costa took bronze. The final heat of the girls' 600 meters posted the quickest time. Suraya Young of Mount Tabor had everything under control. Her closest competitor at the time was Sierra Marshall of Hillaby Turner's Hall, but Young kept up the pace and looked extremely comfortable throughout the entire race. She wins it in 1 minute 56.95 seconds, just missing out on the 6-year record by 0.35 seconds. Destiny Douglas of All Saints came second, while Jania Ford of St. Jude's did enough to finish third. Now to the boys' 800-meter open run, heat number 1. Javon Allen of St. Jude's takes an early lead, a lead he maintained onto the final 400 meters, which then saw Matthew Clark of Cuthbert Moore going in front. But with 300 meters to go, Aaron Morris of All Saints felt it was the right time to make his move. Morris comes down the stretch in front and looks set to take the win, but Allen kicked into overdrive, beating Morris on the line to win in 2 minutes 43.50 seconds. The Quan Elcott of Blackman and Gollop finished third. Heat 2 was definitely the most interesting race of the morning. Rivaldo Brown of Ada Costa Edwards commanded the race up onto the final stretch, where all the drama occurred, with Josiah Adams of Gordon Walters and Shamari Greenwich Lewis of St. Jude's on Brown's heels as the pressure intensified, and for some reason those three forgot which line was the finish, dipping at the wrong line and giving way to Kyron Springer of St. Bartholomew's, winning in 2 minutes 48.02 seconds. Greenwich Lewis took second, while Adams finished third. Now to the final heat. Kazim Gittins of Cuthbert Moore had a good lead from the rest of the pack, but Shavari Greenwich Lewis of St. Jude's Primary reeled in the loop and shifted into 5th gear, bringing it home in the time of 2 minutes 42 seconds. Gittins took silver, while Tyrese King of Belmont took bronze. Kamal Haynes, CBC Sports.
Well, coming up, the nightly rains haven't totally spoiled Silver Hill. And we're back. West Indies cricket president Dave Cameron was hosted by the Barbados Cricket Association today at a special luncheon in the BCA dining hall. While many issues were addressed, including the implementation of various programs to recapture the interest of the players and fans and to a new brand of cricket in the West Indies. He says despite all these grand ideas, their hands are still somewhat tied, not by the ICC, but the bigger and richer countries who are calling the big shots in their interest.
MCC is actually the governing body for the sport. MCC is the one who makes rules for the game of cricket. And the ICC, we all sit as members, and based on your ability to persuade to do all of these things, then you get rules changed and that kind of thing in the interest of those who are able to sway the vote. Not being the world governing body creates a lot of challenges for us. And so our ability to change anything in the boardroom is extremely difficult because we're not making decisions around what's best for cricket. Decisions are made what's best for the biggest members. And that's the challenge we have. And so even, as I said to you, we presented a paper that largely most of the boards felt was important, and we're now taking it forward. But some of the members felt that this was not something we're going to discuss at the ICC. This is something that Cricket West Indies need to take offline and discuss with Australia cricket and England cricket and so forth and so on. And so that big question, as are we the governing body for the sport? Are we a members body, continues to be the challenge for us.
More from Mr. Cameron and the luncheon over the weekend. Well, it was blue, blue, and more blue as Arlene House claimed the 2018 Princess Margaret Inter-House Sports Day with 751 points. They ended way ahead of Cox House, who tallied 671 points, followed in order by Greenhalgh and Peebles. CBC's Anne-Marie Burke reports.
They came from the east and brought a sea of color to the National Stadium. Princess Margaret had their sports day, and we take a look at some of the 200-meter events. Under 17 boys on the starters' orders, and they were out like bullets. Shaquan Daniel making the early running out of lane number 8, but off the turn, the boss took command. Terry Cole Bruce was not only destroying the field, but the old record of 23.65 was a thing of the past. He looked so easy, stopping the clock at 23.48 seconds. That's the new record. In for second was Anton Mears, with Daniel finishing in third. The under-20 girls, not the quickest of races, but Peebles had a lot to cheer about, as from beginning to end, Tania Smith was large and in charge, comfortably home in 30.94 seconds ahead of Radhika Small of Arlene House and Renata Brooms of Cox. Now hold on to your seats, because here comes the under-20 boys. In the red, blazing the track, catch him if you can, not today, not tomorrow. He's Ronaldo Howard, smoothly over the line, his time 23.61 seconds. His Cox House teammate Shaquan Jones was in second, and Greenhalgh's Ricardo Brathwaite was in third. The students, parents, and even the little babies all enjoyed their day of fun in the sun at the Princess Margaret Sports Day. Anne-Marie Burke, CBC Sports.
Well, rain continues to bring premature ends to the games in the Silver Hill Road Tennis Tournament. However, the Knights aren't total losses. CBC's Akin Klinkett reports on some of the matches played.
Game 1 on night number 7. Junior Allen in the far court finds the vacant right side of Curtis Jones for the point. Allen the aggressor so far, but Jones doing well defensively before transferring with the backhand injection, which is lethal. Allen then makes an unforced error. Jones taking the first set 21-19. Second set, and Allen was looking to tie it up. Firm right hand, the reply too low and meets the net. Here looking for too much power, he rifles his shot into the net again. Allen putting up a fight in this second, but Jones the stronger on the night, taking the set 22-20 and the game 2-0. Game 2, and Aaron Barker in the far court produces a cross-court shot to beat Trevor Callender. He then switches up the angles, backhand shot, and Callender's reply goes wide. Barker then switched from power to finesse, injection that leaves Callender in all types of trouble. Callender then goes wide, gifting Barker the first set at 10. Second set, and Barker was back to give more agony, switching up the angles and executing to perfection. Callender goes wide. Barker, dominant as ever, cross-court push past Callender's left hand. Callender not a factor on the night. Barker taking the second 21-18 and the game 2-0. Game 3, and after taking the first set at 16, Darius Gaskin was back to close out the set and game against Merlin Edwards. Cross-court shot, and Edwards is short. Gaskin then produces a number of smashes. Edwards did his best in defense mode, but Gaskin would still prevail. Gaskin made some mistakes, trying to get fancy, going cross-court, and meets the net. Gaskin would settle back down and shut up shop. Cross-court smash, which Edwards returns short again. Edwards then goes long to give Gaskin the set 21-16 and the game 2-0. Game 4, and after losing the first set 20-22 to Jamal Best, Julian Michael Jackson White was looking to tie things up as he goes down the line for the point. White then shows his experience, attacking Best's backhand. He replies once, but the second shot from White left him with no chance. White on the move again, a masterclass of road tennis. Best trying to hold on, but White the victor. He takes the set 21-14. Third set, and Michael Jackson was in the mood. Cross court once again, Best left wanting. White in complete control. Best a mere bystander. Smash down the line once again. Best trying to hold on for dear life, keeping his replies simple, but White was on the brink of victory. Best then meets the net. White completes the comeback, winning 21-5 and taking the game 2-1. Akeem Klinkett, CBC Sports.
Back to cricket, and Australia scored the highest run chase in T20 international history as they reached 245 for 5 to beat New Zealand by 5 wickets with 7 balls left. Playing at Eden Park, Auckland in the T20 Tri-Series, the hosts decided to bat first and posted 243 for 6 in their 20 overs. Opener Martin Guptill top score with 105 from 54 deliveries to post the fastest New Zealand T20 century and become the leading run scorer in T20 history. He shared in a first wicket partnership of 132 with Colin Munro, who made 76. In reply, Australia got their required target, scoring 245 for 5 in 18.5 overs. Player of the match, Darcy Short, top score with 76, while skipper Dave Warner, he made 59. Our previously banned bodybuilder Martinez Durant is free to resume training and competing. Durant, who was banned and subsequently retired, had applied to return to action. Now, a requirement of that request was for Durant to be tested prior to returning. His doping control test done recently was negative. In fact, all athletes tested last year in cycling, hockey and weightlifting have returned negative results. Meanwhile, in the National Anti-Doping Commission, it says an error was made when they announced last week that bodybuilder Ryan Haynes was banned for 4 years. Haynes has actually been banned for 2 years for evading, refusing or failing to submit to sample collection, which constitutes an anti-doping rule violation. The error reportedly came via a miscommunication from the Independent Disciplinary Committee to the NADC. Now, Haynes' ban, which came out of an incident at the Darcy Beckles Classic in 2016, will therefore run from October 15, 2016 to October 15th this year. And here's what's going on tomorrow, February 17th. The final 2 Group A matches in the Regional Super 50 are at the 3Ws Oval and Kensington Oval. At 9 a.m., the Volcanoes are in a must-win game at the 3Ws Oval against Hampshire in order to qualify for the semis, while the Pride will play in the 2 p.m. fixture at Kensington Oval in what Louis Joe can call the Bajan B team. That's the CCC Marooners. And the Louis Lynch Athletics Championships go into day 1 at the National Stadium from 2 p.m. Well, that's sports for another week, but we'll be back on Monday. I'm Sean Green. Enjoy your viewing, which includes the Winter Olympics later on CBC TV 8. Bye-bye.